We are on the Valley Isle of Hawaii. Join us for the sights and sounds of Maui.
We head back to Vegas to taste some of Giada's finest.
We have another Chardonnay. This makes our top 10 list.
And John finds out what the Myrtle Beach Caddie girls can do for your next golf outing. Hi everyone, cheers.
Cheers.
We are coming to you from the beautiful Ka'anapali coast on Maui.
And we have had plenty to see and taste.
Even though each Hawaiian island has its own personality, Maui seems to take on the personality of many of the others.
Yeah, for instance, Maui has some great nightlife, but it's not as high energy as Waikiki.
Maui has great places to relax and wind down, and it's not as quiet or laid back as, say, Kauai.
Maui is one of the islands you should always go to because there is so much. In fact, we will have 3 different shows dedicated just to Maui.
We are in the Lahaina area on the Ka'anapali coast, which is not too far from the airport.
We wandered over to the Maui Sheraton Resort and Spa with its great view of the ocean, but we also discovered a hidden treasure.
So it's called the Old Style Mai Tai, and it's not as sweet. It doesn't have the generic fruit juices. It's made with fresh lemon juice, sweet, a little bit of sweet and sour, and then light rum, gold rum, and then 151 on top.
Now, is there any amaretto in there?
No.
Is there dark rum in there?
Yes.
So the dark rum is that
Yeah.
heavy?
So what they do is they just, the bottom, they just pour a little bit of lemon juice with the, like, I think it's got orange curacao mixed in with the lemon juice, and then that's it. And then the rest is rum, and rum. So it's like you only do this bottom half before you even put ice in. You just do the lemon juice, the fresh lemon, with the orange curacao, and then you do your shot of dark rum, your shot of light rum, and your shot of gold rum.
And this is
And
off
then-
the menu too.
Not off that people don't know it exists.
Well, I
Kind of
love
word
it.
of mouth.
It's like the
Yeah.
So in
Mai
other
Tai
words-
purist.
Exactly. Yeah.
They've got to watch our show to get this.
Yes. You guys are awesome.
When you go to the tiki bar, ask for the classic Mai Tai. That is not on the menu. This was clearly one of the best drinks of our entire Hawaiian tour.
It had more of that rum taste rather than just a ton of fruit juices. It was clearly a drinking person's drink.
Next, we hit the Hyatt Regency Maui Resort and Spa. We loved this place for a number of reasons.
Well, sure, they had penguins in the lobby. Who doesn't like penguins? And you can get up close with some great shots.
And the Hyatt has some great rooms with spectacular views.
The Hyatt also has a Marilyn Monroe spa.
And the Hyatt also has Japango. This is an Asian Pacific Rim restaurant that has won numerous awards.
We indulged ourselves here. First, we had a Korean seafood pancake. It was loaded with lobster, kimchi, crab, shrimp, gochujang aioli, and sesame soy sauce.
Now, we are big sushi fans, but this almost stole the night as far as tastes go.
Next, we were blown away by the Kung Pao duck meatballs with macadamia nuts, garlic, ginger, and chili peppers. This mixture was close to something we hadn't ever tasted before.
Another great reason to love Hyatt is the wine. They have their own Chardonnay that you can't get anywhere else. It's called Canvas, and it was superb with what we had and with what's coming up next. Japango's award-winning sushi.
Look at this platter. So you do the honor since you are the sushi expert and I am just the sushi snob, so go for it.
Okay, well, at the top of the platter is the Rising Sun roll with spicy salmon, avocado, and cucumber inside, and then outside, salmon and shredded shiso and daikon wafu dressing.
Next to it is the rainbow roll with crab on the inside, maguro, ebi, and hamachi kanpachi. We also had the salmon, yellowtail, and the fatty tuna, known as the Hawaiian Big Eye Tuna. Is it just me, or is it sushi is much better when it's on Hawaii?
Well, depending on where we are comparing. If it's the mainland, for me, Hawaii just feels even fresher, and it's nice to try the other varieties of fish available there. Now, another good reason to stay at the Hyatt are the golf deals.
That's right, there are 2 great courses worth playing nearby, the Ka'anapali Kai and the Royal Ka'anapali. These are great courses with great views.
Now, you will also want to play Kapalua Plantation Course, where the PGA's Tournament of Champions is played in January every year.
Now, after golf, you will want to hit Front Street in Lahaina. At first, you definitely want to hit Bubba Gump's Shrimp Bar, where the drinks are like a box of chocolates, many to choose from.
That's right. And we tried these two.
The PETRONE Top Shelf Margarita and the Metal Margarita with an orange taste.
But be careful with the shakers.
Off. Make sure you see the bubble gum. Hold both lids good and tight when you pour it, or you will wear it. They are much better for drinking, I promise.
Next, we hit Kimo's for dinner and some entertainment.
We had macadamia nut-crusted mahi-mahi. And again, when in Hawaii, eat fish. This was spectacular. The macadamia nuts made a tasty crust to the moist fish.
And the prime rib, it was done perfectly.
Now there is Lyft and Uber on Maui, so feel free to use when you have to walk a longer distance.
And of course, we'll have more from Maui and Hawaii on other shows, and we actually spent a lot of time here for you guys.
Oh yeah, and when we come back, we spent some time in Vegas as well at a celebrity chef's top restaurant. And we are taking you back to Vegas now. We spent some time at Giada's right on the Las Vegas Strip, one of our faves.
And her food is as gorgeous as she is.
Well, as you all know, we are huge Giada fans. So when we found out that her restaurant Giada at the Cromwell Hotel on the Strip in Las Vegas had a tasting menu created especially by her, we were all over it.
And if you've never been here, it's stunning, charming, and sophisticated with warm colors, great natural lighting, and comfy furniture while you dine.
When you order the tasting menu, they give you a beautiful menu package that you get to take home with you as part of the tasting. It's a great memento to bring home.
The food is exactly as you would expect, incredibly well-seasoned, fresh, delicious, leaving you pining for the next time.
And don't skip the bread basket, filled with homemade focaccia and at least 5 fun toppings to play with. It is totally worth it.
You begin with an antipasti, a family-style plate to share, known in the States as antipasto. On this night, it was sweet roasted baby peppers stuffed with goat cheese, olive tapenade, a beautifully cooked tenderloin crostini with a cornichon and potato chip, and then a medjool date with gorgonzola crema on the bottom.
For your second course, you have a choice of 3 delicious pasta items, pasta being a traditional Italian secondi course.
Now we chose lemon crema spaghetti with shrimp and then rigatoni with vegetable bolognese.
Let's talk about the spaghetti first. Pasta, of course, perfectly al dente. The sauce was light, fresh, and lemony, and it made for a delightful pairing with the shrimp. It really doesn't get much better than this.
That's right, and the rigatoni was also al dente, and the vegetable bolognese was just exactly what you want, a rich and thick blend that was seasoned to perfection.
The wine menu is fabulous, with a great selection of bottles and also wines by the glass. We had the Novellum Chardonnay. It's not a buttery, creamy Chardonnay, but a delightfully crisp and complex wine with notes of lemon curd, tropical fruit, and a touch of vanilla.
And that was great, and it finished clean and pretty dry.
Now we also had the Solo Sole Vermentino, a medium-bodied white with delicate floral and apple notes.
Yeah, it was deliciously tangy while still being earthy and went great with shellfish.
Oh yeah. Now for the third course, we chose seared salmon and rack of lamb.
This perfectly cooked salmon was crispy and moist, served with a vegetable succotash of corn, edamame, and whole grain mustard.
It's fresh from the ocean flavor combined eloquently with the crisp crunch of the vegetables, and the earthy mustard lended to an umami-like bite.
Now the rack of lamb is plated for you and is nothing short of divine. They sous vide the Colorado lamb and then press with a mustard crust. It's served with a summer succotash of white and red couscous, edamame, corn, blood orange, and fennel with a light pesto lemon mint on the side.
Oh, and it delivers on flavor and freshness. Using the sous vide cooking method allows the lamb to remain moist and succulent. They start by putting the meat into a sealed plastic bag, and then it goes into a warm water bath to gently cook. Get this if you like lamb, and if you've never tried lamb, this is also the dish to do it.
Yeah, good suggestion. Now, if you don't eat meat, there is also a vegetarian option available.
And then there's the dessert cart. Now, we all know Giada loves chocolate and dessert, but this dessert cart kicks it all up to another level. Wowza.
Wowza is right, with every flavor ranging from deep, rich chocolate to fresh lemon to salty caramel and a lot more.
The dessert cart guy brings a lavish cart over to you, and then you get 3 choices per tasting menu. So we got 6 different items, but be warned, it is hard to choose because the dessert array is extensive.
And the desserts will not disappoint even the pickiest dessert connoisseur. Each one is flawlessly crafted and delivers intense flavors that will delight.
All the staff are amazing here. We have mentioned it before in another show, how exceptional the wait staff is, and we cannot say enough about them again and their attention to detail.
Yeah, that is really true. They go out of their way every single time to make your experience unique and special. Now, between the amazing food and excellent staff, a trip to Giada for the tasting menu or just to have a bite and a drink in the bar is really well worth it.
And if you are a Giada fan, this place is a must. Giada is in the Cromwell Hotel right on the Strip.
And don't forget to stop by the photo booth on your way out. You can email the photos to yourself right from there. And we certainly enjoy Giada's. You brought up a real interesting point that there is something different about a celebrity chef's restaurant.
Yeah, well, and you said the staff is so infused with enthusiasm, and you're absolutely right. And I think what celebrity chefs really try to create is it's their brand. So they want every single guest, and that's you and all of us, to have the most amazing experience possible when you're there dining with them. And you're like family, and they translate that onto the staff, and the staff really does an excellent job, especially at Giada's.
Yeah, it works. It really works well. Now, when we come back, we're going to introduce you to another one of our top 10 Chardonnays. And welcome back in our tireless battle, even though we're drinking Mai Tais now, our tireless battle to find you the best Chardonnays in the world. We have found another.
And it is from California, but it has a French flair.
Now, it may be from California, but we actually discovered this in London.
Yes, we did. Quite serendipitously, too.
Yeah.
And what happened was we were actually experiencing some trouble finding good Chardonnays in London. And you know us, we love Chardonnays. And we love the oaky, buttery, creamy kind. And we're in London, and, you know, there's a lot of great French Chardonnays there and a lot of other countries represented as well. But we were just missing, you know, the oaky, buttery ones. And so we happened to go to May's Grill, Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, one of the many that he has there in London.
Where we found the greatest steak in the world, which we had in another show.
Absolutely, yes. Greatest steak in the world, still to this day. And we discovered this wine. We saw it was Russian River Valley. We said, you know what? Let's give it a go, and we hadn't heard of it before, and I think that's also because it's a very small, limited production winery, family owned, started in 1994, but we discovered this wine, and it is unbelievable. So let's take a taste.
Sure.
Cheers.
I already have.
Oh.
It's great.
Just as good as I
It's
remember it.
Yeah. And it's a moderately priced. In fact, we found it in the store. We were kind of like, oh wow, it's actually here, because we hadn't seen it.
Yeah, no, we'd
After we
only
left
seen
London.
it in London. We've always looked for it. And the only place you can buy it is on their website, which we'll give that to you so you can order it too, because you're gonna love it. But we were surprised to have found it here in the United States in a store. It was such a great surprise. Another, yet again, first the serendipity in London, now the serendipity here, where we found it in the store in the United States.
And the taste is, it's got a little bit of, it's not as big as a Rombauer. It's got a little Sonoma-Cutrer in it.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. Yeah, it's got a little of the Rombauer, Mer Soleil, buttery creaminess.
Maybe a tad of the Ferrari Corona, because you do get a little bit of the lemon.
Yes, you definitely get that citrus that the Ferrari Corona brings. So they're husband and wife owned, and the way that they have their winery situated, of course the climate there in the Russian River Valley, they have it positioned perfectly to get that full forced expression of the Chardonnay grape. So this is like 100% pure, beautiful, delicious, luscious, yummy Chardonnay that you are drinking when you're drinking this. And I mean, you really can taste it because it's just phenomenal. I mean, we love it for that. It's kind of like if you took a Ferrari Carano, a Sonoma Cutrer, a Ron Baron, Myrtle, mix it all together, this is what you would get, you know?
You get a good taste of it. And I would say it's moderately priced. The difficulty in finding it, we'll put the website up so you can find out where they might be selling it, so you can get a hold of it. But this is really worth, if you're having a nice dinner, you're having fish, you're having chicken, this would go great with it.
Absolutely, yeah. And we had it with quite a few things, food-wise, at the Maze Grill.
You know, I'm drawing a blank because we didn't have it with the steak because we had a red with that
We
great
had the
steak.
Bordeaux, yeah, exactly.
But
we had this with the shrimp. Remember that great shrimp and garlic dish? Oh my God, this was phenomenal with that. We had it with the potatoes that they did there, which were really delicious, beautiful, freshly done fingerling potatoes. And we also had it with the spring vegetables that we had that were tossed kind of with garlic and things like that. But to be honest, I think this could have gone with the steak too, because it's big enough to hold up to it, you know?
Yeah.
Especially the greatest steak in the world.
Yes. Which is difficult to stand up to, no matter what wine you want. Right. So, but that's in one of our other shows.
And it is critically acclaimed. So Robert Parker and Wine Enthusiast have both raved about it. And so even though it's small, it's mighty.
Enjoy it. Cheers.
Hartford Court Chardonnay.
Russian River Valley.
And we will have more great Chardonnays coming up for you on future shows. If you have a Chardonnay you'd like to share with us, please tweet us at UCFoodieTV, hashtag Undercover Jetsetter.
And when we come back, I have another tough assignment. I have to go and play golf with the Caddie girls.
So, when you play golf, do you need a caddy?
Not really, but when you're with these girls, it's a lot more fun, and it actually might make your game better.
The driver.
Okay, thanks. So what am I going to do here?
While we're in down.
Caddies aren't like they used to be. Julia is not that old codger who swears at me in broken Scottish. She is with the Caddie girls of Myrtle Beach, and on this day, my caddy for a round at Tidewater in North Myrtle Beach. And of course, I didn't listen. She told me to putt this, but I chipped it instead downhill, and it went by too far, giving me a tough par putt.
I didn't tell you to putt first because I didn't want to boss you around, but definitely thought it was a better idea because this hill is definitely steep. It's hard to get up.
Julia is one of about 70 Caddie girls in the Myrtle Beach area. There are about 400 across the country in high golf areas.
You have two options. You have a $59 booking fee.
Jessica Walters is the marketing and sales director for Caddie Girls in Myrtle Beach. She is also a Caddie girl herself, but she treated me to a round of golf and Julia as our Caddie girl to explain that Caddie girls are not just pretty
Absolutely.
faces.
We have a training program. All the girls are, they watch a video, and then we actually take them out in the course and show them everything there is about caddying. And then we also have walking caddies. I carried a bag in the U.S. Open qualifier 2 weeks ago here in Spartanburg. Yeah, and we have girls that have carried bags in other, tournament events.
Among the chores, Caddie girls will rake traps, give you your distances, and watch where your ball ends up.
I think one of the big things, especially for people who are visiting the area, who don't know the courses, they would love to have a caddy, because I know there's times where I don't know a course and I'm hitting what I think might be an okay shot, or maybe it's a shot right on the edge. I still can't find it, whereas a caddy would be able to find it.
Right, and there's so many courses in Myrtle Beach and all over the country that, the girls may not necessarily know all the course hazards, but if you put in that request, we can make sure that we have a caddy for you that has been to that course before and is going to give you that type of knowledge. And a lot of times people just want someone out there that's fun and just doing your super basic caddying kind of stuff where they're, just keeping your clubs clean and all that sort of, giving your buddies a hard time when they've hit a bad shot and that kind of fun. So, we try to do our best to really match up the golfers with the types of caddies that, suit their outing, because some people are really bad. It doesn't matter what club I tell them to hit. They're going to shank it in the water 5 feet, to their right. So we try to really make sure that, if you guys are not a very serious golf group, that we're not going to send you out there with someone that's, going to be like very serious caddy.
Now, even though lots of us are serious golfers, these are great-looking women. I wondered if some customers get out of line.
Are there things that you would tell guys, hey, don't cross the line here?
Just don't be a creep. Just don't be a creepy guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. They're going to get called out by their caddy, probably, if they...
What's the worst thing that you would say that somebody would do or has done, or the most common thing that they do that you're like, okay, that's enough?
I think people just, sometimes they drink a little too much and get a little fresh, but I think that's something that can happen as an attractive woman really in any job. You can be a bartender and have that happen. You can be, at a retail store and have that happen. If you're, guys just sometimes don't know how to act, but, our girls they have a good backbone and they know how to draw the line and kind of knock out that behavior pretty quick. And honestly, it doesn't happen as much as I think people speculate stuff like that happens. Most of the people, I would say 99% of the guys that hire us, and girls, women hire us for stuff too, they're cool. They're just looking to have a good round and have some fun on a golf course, and, no one really does anything weird, so to speak.
For caddy girls like Julia still in college, the job is fun and rewarding.
You do this more as a kind of a part-time gig while you're just in college, right?
Yeah, I do about 2-3 times a week, depending my availability, but I usually try to get out here as much as I can because it is a great job, and I love golf, absolutely love it. And every time I talk to someone new, I learn something new, and everyone has a different story and has so much to offer. And not even is it great for a job, but social networking. I've met so many people through this.
If you are interested in booking a caddy girl for your golf outing, just go to this website and find out the nearest chapter. Oh yeah, and listen to what they say.
And there are caddy girls throughout the country, and especially in high tourist golf areas. All you got to do is check this website, and you too can have a caddy girl with you on the golf course.
How fabulous. And speaking of fabulous, we have been coming to you live from the Royal Lahaina Resort in Maui on the Ka'anapali coast. A great place to stay when you're here. The staff, everybody is wonderful. It's a beautiful resort, and we'll be telling you all about it on a future episode.
And if you're interested in some deals like this, whether it's on the mainland or whether it's here in Hawaii, all you got to do is go to jetsetterdeals.com. Cheers.
Cheers. Aloha.
Mahalo.